Let's look at the roommate from hell. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because I thought we'd start the evening by having a look at something fun from Reddit. I've just discovered this new Reddit board called Bad Roommates, and this is, well, the roommate from hell. Now, I mean, we've all can let the mess get a bit out of hand. I've got 6 children, so I know how easy it is for a house to get messy and how fast you can be cleaning one room while they're working in teams, messing up others. But this is on another level. This is just insane. A sign of, obviously, mental illness. So, hey, it could be a Reddit mod on here. So let's have a look. My roommate's room. I honestly don't even know what to say at this point. It physically repulses me just thinking about it. And this isn't even the only mess he tends to make. Doesn't clean anything and always leaves dishes in the sink and trashes overflowing. Okay, so if we click on here. And there we have it, guys. Oh, wait. Let's do a reverse search. Okay, nope, it's not coming up. But there are a lot of hoarders there. I mean, look at that. How could you live on that? It looks like they've got their computer there, their chair there, and some plushies and plush toys and just piles of garbage everywhere. And look, Nintendo games. I mean, how old are they? I mean, if they're living as a roommate, they're not living at home with their parents. They're living out with other people. Now, even if I think back to my student days, a bunch of blokes in a share house, it can get a bit messy. But I mean, this is just on a complete other level. This is insane. This is just nuts. I mean, come on. So let's see what people have to say. Send this to your landlord. I mean, how would you feel as a landlord if this was going on in your house? I know Rachel was renting a room with a lady down in Burleigh. And this woman was a complete bitch. She literally kicked everyone out of the house with no notice, was on the phone while Rachel was finishing her thesis saying, oh, yeah, you're kicked out of the house. I'm dropping your stuff on the curb. I'm going, well, you can't do that. You got to give more notice. She goes, I don't care. Kicked her out. All of them. Wanted to get a real estate agent. This is someone personally renting it out. Got the shits with it. Didn't want it to happen. Didn't want to deal with it anymore and just kicked them all out. There you go. Nice people out there, hey. But, I mean, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. So, I'm just afraid they'll kick us all out and I don't have a place to go. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. It's really the only reason I've stayed this long. The place is crazy affordable, but it's hardly worth it anymore. So that's why they're... I mean, this is someone who has a mental problem. Honestly, they need to be sat down and just binge watch bloody Jordan Peterson lectures for hours and hours and hours because they need to clean their room. Can we see any political propaganda there? I really would love it if they were like some left-leaning Antifa nutbag because that would just fill all the stereotypes, wouldn't it? Clean your room, clean your room. Try and find a communist thing. Nah, it looks like just a loser. Oh, I mean, come on. Look, they got the gaming rig. So, why would you all be kicked out for your obviously mentally unwell roommate hoarding trash? Your landlord should understand that you want the situation dealt with and the rest of you to not be punished for the roommate's actions. I mean, for the sheer ruin this apartment has been forced into because of this sort of thing, I'd imagine. Plus, even if they'd got kicked out and not me, I still would be almost as screwed because I'd be stuck with a trashed apartment by myself because I don't have backup roommates. If you're in a high-cost living area, you'll have to find a new roommate in a week, yeah, but you'd have to clean it. I'd like to redress just how bad a beating this place has gotten over the 3 years we've been living here. Yes, the rent is incredible, but it's worth considering how likely the place is basically falling apart. Appliances barely work, constantly having issues with the water heaters. Finally had it replaced. And shit, even the doors get stuck. I've even had that fixed too. But hey, I guess you got to decide what you'll put up for for $433 each, because it's hard to beat even if the apartment is tiny. For $433 each. Where is this? Can we tell? They don't have countries on the Reddit thing, do they? But $433 each. I mean, is that cheap anymore? I paid $50 a week living in a dump in Brisbane. It was cheap then. It was crappy, and I didn't have a bed. I had an inflatable mattress, but hey, I saved money when I was. This is what you do when you're a student. Landlord can't give a shit. Some may, but some don't. I still don't understand how people can live like this. Like this exists. Yes, not as a judgment, but I only hope they can learn to care for themselves better and deal with their apathy. There's definitely, I mean, when you get to this point, there's something wrong. There is something wrong. There's some psychological trauma, some problems, some mental health issues. This person needs therapy to help deal with the situation. Okay, we can laugh and make fun at this situation and be thankful that we don't have to deal with this. But this is a sign of a real problem, and they need to get help to deal with it. Let's hope they're not in Victoria or in Australia with all the cuts to mental health services after they locked everyone down and increased the stress and then increased demand for mental health. It's awesome how it works. So let's keep going. This obviously sucks for you as a roommate, and you deserve to live in a healthier environment than this. It is their responsibility to care for themselves and not affect others like this, especially as it's so unhygienic. Yeah, this can lead to vermin. Lego Star Wars is sending me, but this is messy, yeah. Fruit by the foot, Swiss rolls, dangling dongs, Pop-Tarts, and Dr. Pepper. How is your roommate even is even alive? Yes. That's a question I ask myself daily. They literally have been living like this their whole life as far as I know. How old are they? I want to know how old this person is. It was sort of something I just kind of put up with and tried to maintain, at least the parts of the public areas. Because after a certain point, I just started giving up because it's exhausting and not worth fighting about when it leads to nothing. Yeah, I can see that. As someone who's depressed, when I see things like this, I get it, but also really don't. My room gets a bit messy sometimes, but just piles and piles of garbage. I can understand clothes and other belongings because I struggle putting away clothes, and sometimes with putting things back in their place, but like garbage is easy. Nothing is really easy when you have mental illness, but it's honestly like one of the simplest things you can do for yourself, that you can improve your mood and environment. All you have to do is stuff everything in trash bags and take it out. It can be a really daunting task, but I have to start somewhere, right? Okay, rounding over. I think, here we go. The worst part is, this is the best it's actually looked in forever. This is the best it's looked. This is the best it's looked. Wow. Oh no, I got a Reddit gift. What is that? I don't even want to click on that thing. That scares me. I've been coming here too often, guys, for content. Uh-oh. Hang on. He occasionally gets in a cleaning mood and takes out a single massive bag of trash and calls it good, which, trust me when I tell you, takes way more than that. Wow. At least there aren't any piss chucks. Jokes aside, I feel bad for that Snorlax. The Snorlax must be saved. I don't understand how your roommate walks through this to get anywhere or in or out of his room. And the wild thing is, for the longest time, he'd sleep in there like that. Just in the pile of trash. Now he just sleeps with his girlfriend in her room and basically only games and eats in his room. Oh, so he's living with a couple, and this is he's got a girl. The guy who has a room like this has a girlfriend. How the hell is that possible? Okay, someone explain that to me. So he must be loaded, or like a bloody horse, hung like a horse. How the hell can he have a girlfriend with this mess? Ladies, tell me, please explain. I'm too old. I don't understand. Wow. Well, I'm surprised at that one. The girlfriend must know the state of his room. I personally would never tolerate this and would nag the F out of him to clean it up. She's not considering that if they ever owned their own place, he would likely do this to the whole space. The only thing keeping it in his room is knowing the roommate situation, and that roommate wouldn't tolerate it. Damn. Oh, absolutely. Only reason she's okay with it is she's also batshit crazy. Why? How cheap would your rent have to be to live with the bloody hoarder mess guy and then a batshit crazy nutbag? Oh boy. Like the most childish person I've ever met in my life. That's a whole other can of worms. Basically, best way to quickly sum up her personality is passenger princess. And says she's got an emotional support animal, claiming it would fix her, and then proceeds to literally ignore it 24/7 and lock it out of her room. When I end up leaving the place, we'll go to hell so fast. Oh boy. And I bet you they're all on Twitter and they're rampant lefties. What do you think, guys? Is that a fair emotional support animal? There you go. I mean, come on. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. Wow, I'm just looking around here. My room's my office is pretty clean at the moment now. I've got some components on my desk there. I've got some concrete there. So it's not too bad. Let's keep going and see what else we have here. I just feel sad for all the neat things I can see among the garbage. I know they're inanimate objects, but I hate seeing nice things not being taken care of properly. Aren't the myriad of women he brings home repulsed by this? What women? He's a manager at a fast food restaurant and has been there for 7+ years. He has no social skills whatsoever, and you see how he lives. It's actually mind-blowing he got a girlfriend. I'd say that in the nicest possible way, because I used to be so close with the guy, but he's basically pushed all of his friends and even his family aside for his lady friend and video games. Okay, so it looks like they could be maybe high school mates, and he's got a girlfriend, and I mean, wow. Shocked that he got a girlfriend. Yeah, me too. I'm shocked too. The room is so bad you can throw your rubbish in there and he wouldn't even notice. Holy shit, yes. Yeah, this is nuts. Could you do an intervention of sorts? Maybe help him get it together by making a daily chart. Now, you should probably get here in Australia, you might get the council. That's a health and safety. This is a fire hazard and a health and safety issue, all of this stuff. I mean, look at this. So, guys, this is your manager when you're going to buy Macca's or Subway. There you go. I think I don't think this guy would be the Macca's manager that gets a 60 property portfolio. What do you reckon? You think? I don't think so. Oh boy, let's see what else people are writing. Is this in New Zealand? Oh yeah, no, it isn't. No. Okay, it's not New Zealand. I want to know where it is. That's funny if it's in New Zealand. Another post where I asked, where the heck do they sleep? Used to be just smack dab in the trash. I can't. How does he sleep in the trash? Dude, clean the fuck up now. Just drag him out of the room whenever he leaves anything in the sink. Follow up constantly and make sure he knows that it's not acceptable and he won't get away with it. He must be mentally ill. Call his parents if he's still got them. You know? Your roommate has issues, yes. He sleeps in the trash on Snorlax with Squirtle and Kirby pillows. Is there a Kirby pillow in there too? Oh, there you go, boy. So, well, let's have a talk about this one, guy. So who wants to be a property owner with hundreds of people renting your houses and having to deal with these issues? This is obviously someone that, well, I mean, he's functioning, he's got a job, he's got a girlfriend. Maybe he's just lazy. Maybe just lazy, disgusting, and doesn't know any different. He just needs to watch Jordan Peterson clean your room right then and there. What do you think, guys? As always, let me know your take on this one. Thanks for watching. Check out HeiseBim and Heise Does. And if you're a fan of the channel and enjoy our content, there are a few ways you can help out. You can support us on YouTube or Patreon, use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone, and clean your room. Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy. This is making my kids look good. I got 4 of them in a room. They can make a mess. Oh, boy, they make a mess. But nothing like what I'm seeing here. Nuts. Just nuts.